Hi, now we have a video entitled Short Adventures in Thailand, and the main culprit in this video is Nigel Short, the well-known English Grandmaster, once upon a time the challenger to Garry Kasparov in their PCA match back in the 90s. And yeah, of course, a very well-known Grandmaster, and the Grandmaster known for sort of being in the limelight, and not always for the right reasons. I think that might be a separate video. He wrote a very controversial obituary when Tony Miles died. Very recently he wrote some controversial words about women in chess, and yeah, he got the PC stick, you know, for that. There was a handshake incident with Shaparinov. Yeah, several funny incidents. They seem to haunt him, especially, you know, sometimes, you know, he writes the truth. He has no filter, so sometimes he rubs people the wrong way. But he likes to play in the Thailand Open, and this is where our adventures take place. Jan Gustafsson also likes to play at the Thailand Open. Yeah, they seem to like to go there, and yeah, it's a place I would maybe like to visit one day. And Short seems to be enjoying himself. Here we see a tweet where he found some restaurant where you can find a hamburger and a sandwich. Like a sandwich. Yeah, he also seems to be having the obligatory massage, preparing for the Thailand Open. So yeah, this tournament has often been one where he wins, does well. But this year it hasn't gone off on the right foot, so to say. And already in the second round, Nigel had the black pieces here and was struggling against a Japanese player rated only around 2150. And yeah, Short had the black pieces, and remarkably, here he has to find bishop h5 to draw. Yeah, that's the funny thing. Bishop h5 draws because it makes a square for the king here, which can be important. So in case of g4, the computer tells us that queen to g2, this should be black should be able to draw this, although it's not obvious to a human. It's not obvious to me, but I trust the computer, of course. But instead, Short played rook takes f2, king takes f2, and his idea was queen g2, and he has a very dangerous pass pawn. But here the Japanese player missed the scope of a lifetime. He played king e1, but had he played king to e3, black is simply in deep trouble. The threat of rook here and queen to here, let's say h2, check, and it's checkmate next move. Let's say we try to cover the h4 square with queen takes g3 from this position, queen takes g3, then knight f3. Okay, now we're covering this square, but white can make a check here and come back, stop the pawn, we're up a rook, and threatening to win the pawn. A move like bishop h5, it's met with queen e4 and trade of queens. This drops, white wins. But fortune was on the side of Nigel. King e1 was played, and this actually loses because he had rook d8. Now we have the h4 square covered by the queen, so this is an unstoppable force, and yeah, white actually resigned. Okay, so Short escaped this this episode, but moving on to round 3. Here he's playing against Bachimek Toshintoks. She's a Mongolian player. I think she's over 2400. She once played the regular Go, but no, very nice woman. She played b5 here, and this should be winning for white. It looks like a crushing attack. And had Nigel played something like rook to f4, which simply has a dual threats of taking here and taking here. There doesn't exist a defense for black. Instead, Nigel again tempted fate. He took on b5. Bishop takes d4. Here queen takes d4 was a better move. But after knight takes d4, black manages to find a defense here with f6. And now white must find a way through. But there isn't a clear path. And here actually Nigel is down a rook. However, he manages to complicate matters, plays bishop f7. And here Torsten Tugs decided to take on f7. If king f8, then probably just b4. And we have a problem on e6. We take with the bishop or the knight. Probably the bishop, and then this pawn is dangerous. So she decided not to risk it. Take with the rook. After rook takes, now Nigel is only down a pawn. And yeah, let's just see the moves. I think the pawns got liquidated. Knight takes g6. Okay, now dangerous pass pawns. And this will cost black some pawns. After rook to c6. And when finally Nigel got the last pawn, he offered a draw, which his Mongolian opponent accepted. She could have played on, but you're not going to win this with no pawns and this material. So again, okay, short escaped, but this leaves us with round 4, where short played against Gukesh, a young Indian kid. And he's only 11. He might be 12. He's 12 this year. I'm not sure he had his birthday yet. This is probably a 2-year-old picture where he's really, really young. But yeah, this is yet another Indian prodigy. He's rated 2400. So 11 going on 12, rated 2400, which is ridiculous. And okay, Gukesh has just played b5, and this is kind of the critical stage of the middle game. Nigel plays knight e4. And here Gukesh lost the thread, took on e4, and the following exchanging operation, rook takes c1 and queen takes d4, leaves Nigel up a pawn, but we will have a strong pass pawn for white and opposite colored bishops. However, this bishop will be blocked out, and eventually Nigel will be able to round up this pawn. Rook c8, queen c2, f5, yeah, cementing this and leaving this out of the game. King f8, not king h8, just covering this f7 square. The king is quite safe on f8. And let's see what happened. We had the queen trade. g4 trying to break this pawn chain, but e6 keeps it firmly intact. Rook d6. Okay, black has to allow a little bit of penetration here, but he's keeping his pawn, his extra pawn. He's going to win this pawn now on c6. Even though, okay, he wins it on c7, but nice technique by Nigel. He's up a pawn, and this should be a winning position, especially with this bishop kind of still out of the game. And here he manages to win another pawn, so yeah, should be a winning position, but it's still not easy. Yeah, it might still be winning if you exchange rooks, but Nigel is taking good care here. Okay, rook f6, so he figures it's still winning. His king is going to come quickly to the queen side, which is most likely going to cost this bishop. So Gukesh keeps the rooks on. And now Nigel starts pushing the b pawn. He's up 2 pawns. And it's just a matter of technique really here. But some care has to be taken with the opposite colored bishops. Eventually the black rook comes around to the a file. After this, yeah, this is covered. So now rook a6. He wants to give a check here. Rook h8, rook a3, king c2, rook a2 check. And here is where the magic happened. Apparently short was short on time. And I guess his opponent was waiting like this for Nigel to press his clock. Nigel forgot to press his clock. And would you believe it? Nigel ran out of time. unbelievable. You know, such an experienced grandmaster to have this happen to him, and of course Short wasn't happy. Nobody would be, or will be. And yeah, so we had this tweet following this loss. Lose with dignity, they say. I will try better next time, although it's a bit hard when your opponent is fully aware that you have not pressed your clock in a winning position and jumps up and down with glee the moment your flag falls. Oh no, I'm kidding. Yeah, but I can relate. I mean, it's I've never lost like this, but it must truly suck. I have, however, won like this, which is a different story. I'm not sure I've told the story, but probably I will post a video on that later. But I did win once where my opponent forgot to press the clock, and this opponent has actually been over 2700, so that's quite the scope. But yeah, I don't know what to say really. I mean, to forget to press your clock like this is probably one of the worst ways to lose a chess game. But this really happened, and yeah, people are really talking about this now. So at this moment, it looks like it will be tough for Nigel Short to win the title at the Thailand Open after this disaster. But a nice rating gain probably for young Gukesh, who's yet another Indian prodigy, and I'm sure he's happy with that result. So yeah, I thought this was something that I would like to know, so I'm presenting this to you guys here. So Nigel Short on time, adventures in Thailand. Hope you enjoyed this little video, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.